Hi, it's Kithon again, and we're back for some more Battletech Advanced. Don't know if you saw, but I'm trying to be a little bit more professional, and I've actually got a thumbnail for this video. You know, small steps and all that. But anyway, it's about time for us to do another mission. So, the obvious choice here, we got a defend base this time rather than attack in urban, but a decent amount of salvage. It's against the Blakists, so it's going to be a bit harder because they're going to potentially have 6 mechs in a lance rather than 4 for everyone else. But we can but try. We've seen this before. We're going for max salvage again. Main reason for that is, other than having larger mechs, they tend to have some slightly better tech on some of their mechs. So, not got anything damaged, not got anyone injured. We already did all the training after the last mission, so we can just leap straight in. Nice and simple, really, isn't it? And hopefully, because this is another urban one, it should be decent for us in terms of actual money, because we're going to be avoiding blowing up buildings. Well, that's the plan anyway. You know what they say about plans though? No plan survives contact with the enemy, but at least if they blow up the buildings it doesn't count against us, so fingers crossed we should get a decent amount of money from this. And we're ready to go. In case you're wondering, yes, I did pause it during the loading screen. It was a good job as well, because it hung for me the first time, so I had to restart. Anyway, so we got incoming hostiles. And we got some friendly engineers who will turn on turrets for us. This is considered useful, and there the first of them is. So he's got to go around there and go up to there. So that means next turn we'll have the turrets online. He's not quite going to make it. I suppose that guy might, when he goes. We shall see. But yes, we need to hold out for 10 turns, although hopefully we'll be able to wipe them all out before that. We need to defend the maintenance base. There are 6 buildings, of which 5 need to survive. We get a bonus if all 6 remain. We get a bonus if we destroy the Vanguard, but I think really to hold out for 10 turns we're pretty much going to have to destroy the Vanguard. We get a bonus if the engineers turn on the defences, which I think they should be able to, and we should get a bonus for avoiding destroying too many buildings. Anyway, it looks like we've got bad guys over here. I can see 3 of them, and we've also only got 3 ticks there, so it looks like their Vanguard is just 3 mechs. Now the problem we're going to have here is I expect we'll have bad guys sort of around these areas as well later on, so we don't want to just send everyone herring off to deal with them. So let's see who's where. So we've got the Giant in the Commando, we've got Death Crusade in the Wolfhound, we've got Slapdash in the Blackjack, we've got the Locust there. I'm missing one of us. Where is Whiskey hiding? Ah, there. Oh, no, that's Slapdash. Ah, there's Whiskey. So I think what we're going to be using is using Blackjack, Slapdash in the Blackjack, Whiskey in the Chameleon, and Tinker in the Locust to go this way. And these 3 are going to try and deal with the incoming, and these 3 are going to hang around the back area as support. I might use Blaze in the Galleon just as additional scouting, but for the moment we want them to get into sight. That will... oh, that's good. I was going to say that may mean they'll get a free shot off, but at least that one didn't get into range. This one might. That's a fire starter. Oh, good, he hasn't shot. Let's see what he's got. If I might... oh. Gotta wait for this guy to move before I can start looking. Okay, so the fire starter, he's got an anti-missile system, so I wouldn't want to shoot missiles at him. Then again, the only missiles are on the blackjack and their streaks. He's got a damaged flamer already. He's also got some damage to his centre torso, and his right hip is destroyed. That's useful. That's going to slow him down a bit. But yeah, he's basically got a couple of medium lasers, small lasers, and a bunch of flamers. And these two, we still don't know what they are.
Reserving action.
Just reserve all the way down just in case there's any more. I don't think there are, but it's not going to hurt at this stage. Okay.
Yep.
So let's start by bringing Tink around. Don't want to get too close to that fire starter because it could flambe Tinker basically. But if I move her up to here, you can see what this one is at least. Let's put a sensor lock on him. Find out what they are.
Sensors locked on.
Okay, so that's a Thorn. What's he got? Okay, so he's producing extra heat. He's got an ER large laser, medium laser. Basically, he's a laser boat. Is that this sort of mech that I'd like to have? He's also got ECM, which makes him harder to hit. Okay.
I'm here. Acknowledged.
As I said, I wanted to keep these guys more available. So I'll just send Blaze that way. Giant that way. Let's see. Whiskey. Can he? Yes. Now Whiskey, I'm willing to move up because he's a lot tougher than Tinker is in the Locust. And we can see.
Alright, I'll give him the whole 9 yards.
Yep. A bit of damage to start with.
Orders?
Always useful. I'll move Death Crusade to there because he can't get too close because he won't be able to get down here, but at least staying up here he's able to get round to that side pretty quickly, but will also be able to shoot at some of these guys potentially. So he's there in reserve.
Orders.
Now we've just got Slapdash to go. I think initially
Full speed.
we want to try and do damage. I'm not going to bother with the streaks. I don't want them to get shot down. They're low chance of hitting anyway, but
Firing on target.
nah, there's low chance of hitting, so that's not too surprising. But
No luck.
okay, on to the new round. Now, excellent. Yep, there you go. First APC has gotten to the turrets. We've now got a bunch of turrets on our side, which is useful. The Thorn moving up. Oh, and he's shot at Whiskey, and That's good. He's got lots of evasion there, so he's not that easy for them to hit. So let's see what we got. There's a quad medium laser turret there. Light mortar turret. Light shredder turret. And another light shredder turret. Oh, maybe if these guys get a little bit closer, they'll be able to actually do something. Okay. So,
What's up, boss?
let's start with Tinker. Just move her over here. What I'm going to do, I want to sensor lock the fire starter.
I've got a sensor lock.
Just to cut his evasion down.
Commander.
Finally, we've got Giant. Ooh. Can send him over to there.
Going full throttle.
He's more to cover this side again, but if I move him here at least, he can give it a try. He might hit, we never know. Nah. No harm in trying, as they say, but yeah, it wasn't to be, unfortunately, but... Okay. And now the engineers have turned on the turrets. They are actually just extra units that can be targeted by the enemy, but if they die, it doesn't now matter because they've done their job. They've turned on the turrets. We only had to make sure one of them survived. Oh, this will probably be a... Yeah. Oh, it's a punch, not a kick. Yeah, not too surprising. But basically took a little bit of damage just from the punch, but that was it. So,
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Death Crusade here though can...
Piece of cake.
Well, as I said, you can just walk up here and I do believe... Yes, it's a bit obscured, which is why it's not a solid green line. There's a bit of, you know, this building and this building here are a bit in the way, but I think I can shoot him in the back.
Got the egg. Taking the shot. Critical hit, Commander.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know if he's got a problem with his LOM, or he just it was from the wrong angle or what, but so that's a bit of damage to that building. Okay, so yeah, he's now lost a medium laser as well as the already damaged flamer. Okay,
Waiting for orders.
Blaze, we'll just bring it back over there. Basically, I want to keep moving and other units that aren't directly in the fight. I don't want them just sitting there and having zero invasion
Receiving you.
in case additional enemies do turn up. Because that would be bad. Now, Slapdash here can jump onto this building. So let's have a look. It's basically, I think that's it's an FS9S and FS. Yep, they're both FS9Ss. So it's exactly the same. Only this one's got a damaged medium laser rather than the damaged flamer that the other one had. I think. I'm going to see if I can do some damage to this thorn, because that ER large laser is actually going to be a decent amount of damage. Well, as you see, I've got one here on the blackjack. Yeah. Okay, so that one definitely has a working anti-missile system. as we saw there. But Whiskey can just run over here. Let's see if we can finish one of them off.
I'm gonna give him the big bubble.
Oh, he's not dead yet, but he took more damage in the back. That was one of the turrets there that did the shooting in the back for us. I'll take all this. Now I don't know, but I think anti-missile systems can only shoot once per turn. So that might mean that the anti-missile system on this fire starter can't fire again this turn. But we shall see. Thorn coming up. Cool, he's going for Whiskey. A little bit of damage, but I can live with that.
Standing by.
I want to try and finish this guy off. Let's give it a try. Give him a kick.
Moving out.
Bit of a risk because there's that other fire starter, but hopefully.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Yeah. Well, that guy's definitely feeling battered anyway.
Good to go. On the move. Full speed.
Yes, I know.
Here it comes.
I said I'll be keeping them out of it, but that was just too good an opportunity to pass up.
Hit.
Hopefully that guy
Systems are holding.
a little bit of heat.
Yeah. Moving out.
Okay, so Death Crusade can get a line on the other one.
Engaging target.
Minimal damage, unfortunately, but there you go. I think those two were turrets sort of around here that can't shoot. Shame really, I would have liked one of the turrets on this side that could have done something to fire, but
Been sensor locked.
got a Beagle active probe on that.
Yes,
That was what they did, they basically did a big sensor ping to
affirmative.
effectively do a sensor lock on everyone in a radius around them. It can be a useful tactic because obviously normally with the sensor lock skill you can only lock one thing. Ironic really, the fire starter is now stood in fire. He's overheating. What a shame. Right,
Yes,
slapdash. So every one of them has acted. So I will go for what I consider the biggest threat, which is the Thorn
What's up,
and
Commander?
whiskey. Ah, now can I be clever here? And the answer is yes, I can. So,
And jump jet.
Whiskey and the Chameleon has jump jets, which can be really useful because it lets you do things like this. -4 to hit. That is worthwhile. So, looking at the options, see if we can finish off
Fire
this
at all
Thorn.
weapons.
Typical.
Eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading
Alright.
north.
So we got, so yep, as I thought, we got some round here. A Thorn, a Stinger Lamb. Ooh, they're nice. They also can be really annoying to fight. Aha, I've spotted the others. So, there's these three there, there's these three still all alive, and there's at least two I can see over there. But that's good. Once again, they are shooting at me rather than the buildings. I know that sounds a bit... yeah, we got three over here, so what do we have? We have a Wasp Lamb and two unknowns.
Yeah.
Okay. None of these guys have acted yet. So we've got two on 9, one on 8. So I could move and try and shoot the Thorn. I think I'm actually going to wait with both of mine. Aha. One of them's a Stinger. So there's one of them left we haven't identified. Then we can start acting. We'll have a few more targets. A Royal Stinger. Ah. Now the Royal mechs, they're basically like the normal versions of the mechs, but they're what are in the lore were used by the Royal Regiments of the Starling Defence Force. So they're basically they can have better tech. So they might have Endosteel or ferrofibrous armour or XL engines and what have you, which, while they're reasonably common in 3062, if this was the era of the original game, would be incredibly rare, if not unheard of. And they've also got a bonus to
Right here.
their abilities to dissipate heat. So basically when they move, they...
Piece of cake.
once they've moved, they'll automatically dissipate 12 heat, which is basically equivalent to having 2 double heat sinks. So, anyway, over here,
I got him.
that's a bit of damage to that guy anyway. There you go. So the fire starter is jumping. I do believe he missed there.
Aye, aye.
Such a shame. How? I'm going to target paint the thorn. Because although there's this guy, he's got very little weapons left. The thorn, however, still has basically all his weapons available, so if I miss, which I did, it means at least it's easier for anyone else to try and hit him. Right, their turn. Ah, so you got that. Yep, that is jumping. Oh. Little bit of heat on the blackjack. That's probably their worst mech to go for trying to generate heat. It's
I'm receiving you.
okay. So there's one of theirs that hasn't moved, the Stinger Lamb. The other two have. So let's see if we can get into a position to take it. I think this counts as a position to take advantage. Getting round behind them. So what's our chances? We've got 53% on the Thorn, 19% or 42. Pretty easy. They're all under. Ah, excellent. See, this Thorn has got an ERPPC, but it's actually damaged. So,
10-4.
of course, it's also managed to avoid my single shot, but it's undamaged.
Reporting minimal damage.
Yes, that was mainly because our erstwhile allies used a mortar, which is a bit of an area effect type weapon. So managed to damage me as well as the enemy fire starter.
Orders?
Right, so let's move the locust off over here. That is really a dire chance to hit. Let's see if we can do something about that.
Got a lock.
It's probably a better use than her trying to shoot. But and the Royal Stinger just got hit by the lasers. So there's the Wasp Lamb. So I believe we've actually got a total of 3 lambs in this force. Thing is with lambs is they can be incredibly fast when they're in air mech mode, which is, well, you can see there. Let's just zoom in. Or here. Basically they're in air mech mode. That means that they can ignore terrain and just fly. Why he jumped up there, I don't know, because that would have produced a whole load of heat for him and made it harder for him to hit. But there you go, that is the AI for you. Meanwhile, we got this Stinger Lamb that didn't actually take off. That guy is going to be what Blaze is going to be trying to hit, because I would love
Ready for orders.
to be able to field a lamb as part of my forces. It would probably replace the locust. And let's see. I think there.
Firing jump
I
jet.
want to try and get this Owens. Not this Owens, this Thorn. And Yeah, that is a decent chance to hit, so...
Firing all weapons.
Well,
Tango down.
the MS took out both the missiles, but we got the kill. That was what we were after. Okay. Start taking these guys down.
Stacking.
That's good. Didn't destroy him, but he's panicked, he's ejected. That's now 2 of the 3 of the Blakey's Vanguard taken out. There's just that guy left. I'm going to bring the Locust sort of down this way. So I can start sensor locking some of these guys. I think if I go for the Wasp Lamb, because the downside of Lamb's manoeuvrability and what have you is, well, they are squishier. They take extra damage. They don't have as high a stability as other mechs. In case you're wondering what happened there, yep, that vehicle did just drive up and ram the Stinger. It's a known issue with this issue, with this version of the mod. They shouldn't be able to do that, but they are at present.
Commander.
They are planning. They've got a bunch of error logs and what have you, and I believe working on dealing with it, stopping it happening. But
I've got a sensor lock.
so
What do you need?
now we're going to bring Giant over here, and this was why I moved the Locust first and sensor lock that Lambs, because he can now try and hit it. And if you look at his chance to hit, target moved is +4 penalty. It would have been +8 if I hadn't sensor locked it first. So
Let her rip.
I think they felt that.
Waiting for order. No problem.
That's good. That's worked out well. Basically, on initiative, all of us are acting on 8, but because the last person to act on 9 was the enemy, I got to go first on 8, which meant even though I've got the same initiative as this Wasp Lamb, I actually get to go before him. So I'm going to use Precise Strike because, as you saw, that increased my to hit chance by quite a bit. I want to see if I can take this guy out.
Okay, now the gloves are on.
Unfortunately, I didn't. And they didn't take the opportunity. But, that's good. The fire starter's moving.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Okay.
Standing by.
See what Blaze can do here. Well, we didn't know that guy's moves. There's just this guy waiting to move. So I'm actually going to take a risk and not move. To maximise my chance to hit him. Because when these guys move, they can get very hard to hit. Basically because they're especially when they're in air mech mode like these are now, they're able to move so far that they pretty much spend most of their time with 8 evasion, if they're sensible. So hit space to speed up his movement. Yeah, see what I mean there? He's got 8, so... Thankfully though, with version 13, they've given lambs a penalty to their to hit because they are so manoeuvrable, which probably played a big part in that one missing his shot. It's just this guy to go. Then it should be the final turret and then me before the other lamb, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get Slapdash into a position where she can take a shot at him. Yeah, you see, that's what I was talking about them being able to basically... Oh! I believe he has fallen over. That's what that little message down in the bottom left about... Oh, can't control it. He must have some damage to his mech already that he started with. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. He's getting to go. I was hoping they'd let me go first, but obviously not. So the Wasp Lamb, I'll hit space to speed up its movement because otherwise it will take time for it to get there. He's on a building, that's a shame. Oh, and he has fallen over and he's hurt himself.
Good to go.
This is all good. Okay, so Slapdash. I want to kick him while he's down. I'll do Vigilance first though, just to increase my initiative for next time. I will... I'll use the SOMs.
Copy that.
I was thinking about not using them, just because this guy we know has the AMS, but hopefully...
That hit
Well,
something good.
he didn't get to use the AMS there, that was what I was after. Okay, so... I'm going to leave Slapdash there. I'm going to bring Whiskey round to see if he can help with these guys. Yep, as you see, this guy has indeed fallen over. So, let's go for his leg.
Firing full complement on enemy. Target's taking a critical hit.
That's good. He's going to be extremely easy to hit. Hopefully the these APCs will may try and concentrate on him. Well, they went for another one, but that was a lucky hit. They hit the head. Any hit to the head, even if
Receiving you.
you don't get through the armour, counts it will it has a chance of injuring the pilot, and because most of these pilots are relatively low level ones, none of them have a high guts skill, and that means if they do get hit, they stand a big chance of not being able to resist it. Plus, they've got less actual wounds, so they can take less damage. So, looking at this guy, he's got severe burns to the right leg, severe burns to the torso, and he's unsettled. So he's nearly out of it. The APC's coming back. Okay, that I'll take as an allowable reason for not shooting. Obviously, his gun must have been jammed, so I understand. You know, having your machine gun jammed, bit hard for you to do much in the way of, well, shooting. So it's my go again, giant. I don't just want to stand still because that would be a bit risky. I'm going to move over here. So I've got a bit of evasion. Let's see if we can hit the other leg. Well, I'm not sure if I did or not. I did 40 points of damage to some armour somewhere and 4 points of internal structure damage. They're slowly working on that. Yeah, he's looking quite battered. The Stinger's running around there. And missing wildly. I can cope with that. Basically what they're trying to do, well, it's effectively the same tactic that I'd use, to be honest. Which is, they're slowly trying to take out the turrets first before going for anything else. Because if you take out the turrets,
On my way. Locked on for physical attack.
you can then worry about destroying the buildings, rather than destroying the buildings while the turrets can still shoot at you.
Critical hit. Target's taking a critical hit.
Right, that's another one down. I think between it there were 4 parts of a fire starter available. The lamb's taken out as well. This is looking good for us. So we've taken out the Vanguard, which gives us the bonus. We've got a Stinger badly damaged, a Wasp Lamb taken out. That Stinger's unhurt. Then we've got, I think the Stinger here has fallen over and hurt himself. We've done a little bit of damage possibly to this Thorn, and that guy's unhurt. Or possibly the other way round. But anyway. So, Death Crusade, where is he? This is an easy one. Finish this guy off. Basically, the more mechs we finish off,
Move order received.
it removes the chance of a lucky hit. The same way we were lucky enough
Inflicted some heavy damage.
to hit one of them in the head earlier, or rather our allies were.
Tango down.
Each mech we've taken out is one that can't get a similarly lucky hit on us. Rather than just thinking, oh, he's only got a weapon left. And even if they had no weapons left, they can still use melee, which can be actually even more dangerous in the right circumstances to us, because melee hits will remove all our armour. Oh, sorry, all our evasion even. Which, well, that can be bad for bad for lighter mechs, which are lighter vehicles, which is what these guys all are, because evasion is what stops us getting hit. That's why we're shooting this Thorn rather than that Royal Stinger. He's only got 1 pip of evasion. The Royal Stinger has a lot more. That was a good example of the greater vulnerability of lambs. Yeah, we got another one there. So let's have a look at him. His blood loss is dizzy. That's good. Ah, that is very good. Now we don't want to actually attack this lamb at all, because he's bleeding out. What that means is, next turn, this mech is just going to, well, the pilot's going to pass out. So we'll get this whole mech. That is good. Or at least it'll be available in salvage, more accurately. We won't actually get it there and then, but... Now, I could try a death from above on him, but that might be a bit risky. What I'm going to do instead is I'll jump onto this building over here. So I'm a bit higher up to cancel out some of his height penalty. What would happen if I was to do that? 25%? One of these therefore should hit with a bit of luck. With a bit of luck I'm going to hit with one. But if you look at his rear armour, it's 15 in every location. I'm doing 22 points of damage, so if I do hit anywhere there, I'll actually be doing internal structure damage to him.
Go time.
One did. Don't know if you saw that. 15 and 7.
I'm taking heat damage.
So yep, we've done a bit of damage to him. We've stripped the armour off the rear. Ah, and he managed to get a hit with a tag, so we got +1 to hit on him. So hopefully the rest of these guys are going to be able to follow up on that. Oh, he's not. But I'll take that. They've done some damage to the Thorn over the other side. There's a couple more of them to go. Again, he's probably going to go for the Thorn. Yeah. That's probably because of the minimum range on the LOMs. It would have probably been easier for him to actually hit the Thorn than it would have been to hit the Stinger. Whereas the guys with just machine guns, they might as well give it a try. They're not going to be able to shoot at anything else. So in the same way, early in battles I'll tend to take long range shots with lasers because I've got the lasers. It doesn't cost me anything. These guys are taking the shot at the lamb, even though it's a really high chance for them to miss.
All weapons fire.
No. So this will be the Thorn to go. Well, no, the Stinger. The other Stinger. A bit confusing, really, with a Royal Stinger, a Stinger that's now dead, and 2 Stinger lambs. Yeah, it can be a bit hard to keep track of everyone.
Confirmed.
So move around to here. So 48% chance to hit him, or guaranteed chance near enough to hit him. I think we'll go for the guaranteed one. Let's see if we can finish one off.
Fire an our weapon.
No, he's still there, but
Yes, Commander.
it's the only thing really Tinker can shoot at, because we don't want to bother shooting at this one because it's going to pass out, and these two are just too far away. So let's see.
Copy that.
No, both missed. It's just this guy. I think we'll move, get to shoot, and then, yep. See, we've lost the little white circle around him. He's passed out. So that was why we just ignored him.
Double time. Let's go.
Low chances to hit.
I bet you're gonna like this.
No, at least he's unsettled. And he still hasn't acted. They managed to kill the Thorn. So we've just got this Stinger that's taken a bit of damage. And the Royal Stinger. That's the only enemies we've got left to deal with. So we're getting there. Now ideally we want this guy to come down to ground level. I suspect this mission may end up with a lot of running around, just trying to catch him.
Understood.
Until eventually we manage to get a lucky hit, and it's enough to finish him off. But
Copy that.
what I'll do when we're down to just, if we are down to just him left,
Yeah.
I'll
What can I
basically
do?
pause the video, and instead I'll do all the running round, trying to catch him, and then once I've
Engage the jump jet.
once I've caught him, I'll then unpause it. But
Firing on target.
no.
I guess you call that a miss.
Aha. Now, Giant, that is just the guy we want. Because he's got target pointing available again. And that is just the sort of guy we want to target paint. Then for good measure, we will try and hit him.
Roger that.
Nope. Yeah, well.
That's a miss.
But everyone else has got +2 to hit that guy now as well, so...
Waiting for orders.
Tinker, though, is
Roger.
going to head over this way, because she's nice and quick, to give Blaze a bit of a hand with this Royal Stinger.
Sensors locked on.
So he's trying to think where to go now. Now that's good. He's come back towards us. Plus he's not so high up. So
Waiting for orders.
not as much of a penalty to hit him.
Affirmative.
Blaze is going to do her best to hit him. And that was why I'd had Tinker move round to basically remove his evasion.
Something I can do. Mech destroyed.
That's the thing. With the number of guys I had round there, it was just waiting until we managed to get that lucky hit. But as soon as we got the lucky hit,
Got it. No shooting, just right.
bam, went down. And yeah, the big mistake he made was coming down
Jumping.
from the higher level. That reduced his, basically reduced his defences a lot. Combined with the target painting I'd already done, that meant we were able to get that decent hit in. Everyone's just rushing over to try and get in on the kill of this last guy. So first up, Tinker.
Give him everything you've got.
Basically do what we did last time. Sensor lock him again. Remove his evasion.
Standing by.
That'll be more useful than having...
Go.
Although, really I should have, thinking about it, I should have actually had Tinker run in and kick him, because if that had hit, that would have removed his evasion anyway, and it would have meant that she'd have fired on him as well.
Affirmative.
But, there you go.
Commander. Hey, let's see what this baby can do.
Just bring everyone up.
Mech warrior. Show them what you got.
Orders. On it.
Oh yeah.
Basically, if anyone's got an option to either do vigilance or precise shot, especially if they haven't actually got a shot on the Stinger, they're just going for vigilance. It increases their initiative. It's not going to hurt.
Ready for orders.
Ah, it's higher ground. I couldn't have actually charged him, so instead.
Roger.
I will move up and shoot. He's now panicked. That's good. It's going to make him easier to hit again. Yep, we've got another LOM barrage coming in. Well, not really, and there we go. Excellent.
Mission successful.
So, we should get a decent amount of pay out of this, but what I really want to do is see if we can actually get ourselves one of those Stinger lambs. So, yeah, 353,000. That is a good amount of money. Yeah. Not blowing up the buildings is good. Minimal ammo cost. Yep, Slapdash got a couple of kills. Death Crusade got a couple. Whiskey got one. Good job by everyone. Alright. So, yeah. There's the option to get a fire starter. Guaranteed. We could take those 3 picks. Get 3 parts of a Royal Stinger. Or there are 4 parts of the Stinger A1 Lamb. So, if I go for this as my choices, if I get this part, then obviously I'll be able to build it, and if I get any one of these parts, I'll be able to build it. There's also 3 parts for a Wasp Lamb, but I'm not as interested in those, and various other bits and pieces of kit. But so 1, 2, 3, we have all 4. We have ourselves a lamb. We've got 2 parts of the Royal Stinger, we've got a part of a fire starter, we have 3 parts of another Stinger Lamb, and a part of a Wasp Lamb. Small laser, Guardian ECM. I will take that. All in all, I'll say that's been a good battle. And as we have the loading screen here, I think that's time to call it a night. Catch you guys later, where we're going to be building our new mech.